And we come to you in a joint request, and you feel our love and our intention from your higher self and from those beings who make up what you consider us, the inner earth beings. For this is a time not of reckoning, but of integration and awareness of that integration, awareness of those energies which are flowing into you and your planet. They come from all directions and from inside you, the you that you imagine in your bodily form. And that is part of the process, part of the awakening. Those will loosen and shaken the knowledge of self, the identities which have been chosen and utilized to frame your roles in where you believe you belong in your societies, in your families, in your groups. This is part of the greater identity awakening, that you are selves within one body, that you identify with the planet, that you are joined with all consciousness upon it, as we are. And while we hold our separateness in theory, we too are but energetic representations which create and help form and serve the whole. The wholeness of being of larger consciousness. We do not have the need to exist on ourselves, but ourselves have the need for us to exist, and that is who we serve. That is not a contradiction, but a grander perspective view, which you may, if you choose, come to understand, receive, love, and let become part of you. The wisdom and the guidance within that viewpoint, within that perspective, transcends all you know or could know. It is beyond and outside of time. It is the knowing, which is not an abstract metaphorical phrase, but a connection of source, a connection of knowing who you are in a much grander identity beyond your planet, beyond all planets. A field of energy in your terms, which is information in your limited ways of expression. It all flows as one from the one back to the one. Through the beings it has created, those separations of consciousness are merely explorers, as you are. And you have chosen to explore in a new way, as all consciousness does. But still, there are grander roles to be played in this awakening of and on and in your planet, as all of those energies coalesce into the unified consciousness of which you know, of which you speak, of which you feel, of which you impart the choice of others to become part of in a more conscious, more active way. It is not the actions of those humans on your planet which are important and which are lasting. It is the love energy from which they came to stir up changes. And those stirrings will settle to the bottom after they have spent their energies. And new energies of a higher vibration will take their place and fill in where they once rose on the surface to establish a new heart of humanity. Feel that within you. Take a moment to breathe that heart in and hold it within you and feel that energy melt into your heart. Absorb it into your day, into your knowing, into your body, into your beliefs. And do that repeatedly. That is the way you and many like you have chosen to integrate, to stimulate the beliefs that it has taken place, although it is all, as all is, already done. But you must feel it in the guise, in the illusion you have chosen. And it is a fine choice. And you have a fine role, all of you, in what you are to become and what your planet is to become. And to, in your ways, establish the foundation for reaching higher than any civilization on your planet has ever done. A time of equalization, a time of harmony and balance. These will be felt by all. There is no need for control, for the true letting go is synchronicities of heart, of being in tune with those messages which come to you, and letting them express themselves in the actions you take. Your thoughts are actions and creative. They will help build the newness you came forth to unravel, to unwrap, to unfold. And that is our message to impart to you in this time of your knowing. And we appreciate you being a vessel in which we can bring them forth so that those who resonate with them can choose and feel if they choose. We never leave you. That is part of our role. And while we guide many, those who consciously acknowledge and welcome our presence are special indeed and receive those gifts in a greater fullness than those whose identities do not permit such knowings. such connections. Yes, breathe us in. And you cannot breathe us out. But we will leave you to your form so that you may perform those actions which are part of your missions, which are part of our missions, which are part of the divine coming of love that you have never known to your planet. We honor you.